Okay, now the chapter called Night Life in She Who Laughs Last. When my parents called in the middle of the night because their furnace broke, Les went to help them. I felt a little pang of discomfort at being left alone. Well, to say I was alone isn't accurate, but our young boys were upstairs asleep. Also, our fearless cockapoo Tuesday was snoozing outside. Tuesday was a lovable dog, but she had no discernment. She greeted beggar and thief, as well as doctor and chief, with sloppy enthusiasm. She also had what I thought was a strange defect for a dog. Her barker was broken. Seldom, if ever, did she grr or off. That was until the night of the broken furnace. Liz was gone about an hour when the barking began. I was startled at the unfamiliar sound and thought must be a stray. I peeked out cautiously. Tuesday was on our porch, earthing in the direction of the woods. Oh yes, did I mention we were living on a Boy Scout reservation containing 600 acres of woods, swamps, lakes, and assorted monsters? The latter was my immediate concern. Stop and think about it. What else would cause a Bow Wow's broken barker to suddenly kick in? Tuesday began to run from the front door to the back door to the front again. I knew what this meant. Whatever was out there was closing in. I crept out of bed and began to look for a weapon. I had always believed investing in the Kirby vacuum cleaner would one day pay off. This was the day. Will you get him? I took the long nozzled tube section to bed with me for protection. I placed the telephone beside me with the phone book and emergency numbers. My heart was thumping as I strained to hear sounds of the approaching monster. With Kirby in hand, I rotated my vision from watching the window to the door, when suddenly I turned my head too far and caught my reflection in the mirror. You want to talk about frightening? No. Made that ridiculous. I said to myself, what's wrong with this picture? I've known the Lord well enough and long enough to realize He was to be my refuge and hiding place. Here I was, trying in my anemic strength to handle this imagined invasion. I laid down my Kirby sword and kicked up the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. I reviewed every piece and power promise I'd ever read. I'm not sure how long I'd been reading when fear started to drain out and quietness began to seep in, and I nodded off. Soon I was sound asleep. I never heard my husband when he pulled up in front. I didn't hear him when he came in the door. I didn't even hear him when he entered our room. I didn't hear him until he shook my foot and asked, "What's the vacuum cleaner doing in bed with you?"